beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food plant exclusive, sofas-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And today I'm going to be making candied baked pears. So I have some pears, and they're looking like they should have been eaten last week. And I thought, God, I don't know what to do with them. So I saw a recipe, and I thought I would kind of change it up and make a baked pear dessert and serve it over some banana and ice cream. So that's what we're gonna do. So the first thing you do, of course, is wash your pears. There are all different types of pears out there, and you can choose any kind of pear that you'd like, even Asian pears, which is a totally different shape. But these, I can't remember exactly the name of these, but they're just more of your standard yellow pear. And what you do is you just cut them right down the middle. So I'm gonna cut them all open. That one looks a little bit overly ripe, but we're gonna check it out. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm gonna take this melon baller, which I love, and I have several different sizes. And I'm just gonna, I think this is the bigger one. These are the two that I have. I'm going with the smaller one. And all you do is scoop out that middle part. Now, if you don't have a melon baller, use a spoon. Not a big deal. And see, you could just see. And then, if you want, you could do this piece at the end, which I normally don't do, but there we go. And then we're gonna go ahead and put them in a, I think this is like a 9 by 13 inch Pyrex dish, but it doesn't really matter as long as you have something that can go in the oven that will fit them all with the halves fitting in there. You're good to go. So I'm just going to continue to just prepare those and stick them in here, scooping out these middle pieces. Now you do want to use pears that are ripe. This one might be a little too much. Let me just see. Yeah. Well, I do have to scoop out a lot of this one because it is overripe. But that's okay. Look, see, it's still. And you just want to make sure, actually I'm going to go back over and take these out as well. Stem, because nobody wants to eat a stem. And you just want to make sure that it's ripe. It could be overripe, but you definitely want it to be ripe because the more ripe it is, the sweeter the flavor will be. And I think we're looking pretty good. Let me get this last half in. Let me just see if I could scoop some of the very center out of this really ripe one. And there we go. And so now you have your your pears all ready to go, and then we're just going to dress them up. So there's so many different things that we could do. And the first thing I'm going to do is start with a little cinnamon. I've got some ground cloves. We have nutmeg. I have pumpkin pie spice. Some people have apple pie spice and ginger. I mean, the flavors that you can use are endless, but you want to dust them. And I'm just going to go ahead and maybe I'll just pour a little cinnamon on my hand. And I'm just going to try to just dust these on the top. You can, you can even just do it plain. If you don't like all of this or you don't have these kinds of spices and you just want to bake the pears, it'll come out great. So be creative, be curious, and think of the flavors that you would enjoy and go for it. And it's just a little dusting, so it doesn't even use that much up. All right, so we've got our cinnamon on. I think I'm also gonna add, I have allspice too. So many fun flavors. And you could even do it based on weather, right? Or no, well, maybe not weather, but time of year. Let me try, I'm gonna try some pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice has cinnamon, which we already just put, ginger, lemon peel, nutmeg, clove, and cardamom. And I have a lot of those here on the side, which I could use as well. So I think I'm just gonna try it. And maybe what I'll do is do it on half and then do something different on the other half. That sounds good. So we've got pumpkin pie spice here. And on the other half, maybe I'll just put some allspice, which is very nutmeggy. So I'm gonna just put a little allspice. And this allspice I got from local spicery, and I've mentioned them before. I really enjoy their products, and you can check them out. I'll put a link below. I have no affiliation, I just like their products. I also have other stuff that I bought from local stores, and so the allspice, I think I'm also gonna do a little ginger, and maybe on these allspice ones, I'm gonna do a little ginger, and I think I'm also gonna do some nutmeg. And that's it. And I think I'll do the last two just with cinnamon. So you could see that there are so many options here. Now this particular nutmeg is actually, I'll show you, a whole nutmeg. And I just, whoops, let me show you that again. Here it is. And I have one that's half done so you can see the inside. And I just take a microplane and, whoa, and just kind of go back and forth over it, and that's it. There you go. All right, so that's that. Now, got all the spices aside. Now, I am going to move these aside for a moment, and we are gonna make a little syrup type thing here. And so the first thing I'm gonna do is grab a fork. No, I don't have to grab a fork. I can grab my lemon juicer guy. So this lemon is quite big, and we'll see how this works. But I want to do about 2 tablespoons or so. I'm just going to squeeze this directly in the bowl and then measure it. Oh my goodness, this is really good for arm strength. We love to use the kitchen for an opportunity to strengthen our muscles, core, and everything. And so this has a lot of seeds now. Let me just get some of those seeds out. And let me just kind of measure this. Oh yeah, that's definitely just the right amount. So approximately 2 tablespoons of that. And then I'm gonna go and match it with some maple syrup. You don't want to use maple syrup, you can use date syrup, you can use date sugar, some kind of sweetener you'd like to do. I think maybe what I'll do is grab the date syrup, and I think I'll do a little of both. Let's see how that comes out. So I'm gonna do a tablespoon of date syrup and a tablespoon of maple syrup, and that should really be a perfect amount. So it's equal to the lemon juice. And you could do one or the other. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's gonna be so good. And I'm just gonna add a little maple syrup too. Yay! And the maple syrup I got at Costco, and the date syrup is from Date Lady. If you are curious, I will link everything in the description. Oh, this is gonna be great. Just getting it off my fingers. Okay. And the last thing we're gonna do is some vanilla bean powder. And have a few different ones. I'm running out of this one. I just got it on Amazon. It's vanilla bean powder, and I use vanilla bean powder because it's the closest thing to the vanilla bean. You could use vanilla extracts if that's what you have, but for me, I don't like to do it because it either has alcohol in it or some other kind of additives that I'd prefer to stay away from. Now, this is a little on the pricey side, but vanilla, you know, it is kind of an expensive thing to use, but you don't have to use a lot, and it really makes the flavors, just brings them to life. And this is the end of my bag here, so I'm just gonna put the rest of that in there. And I did have another one, but we'll save it for next time. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is mix this up the best that I can. And we are almost ready to roll. That looks great. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside for a minute. And I thought, why not throw in some cherries? Now, you don't have to do all of these different flavors, but I'm just curious and I wanna do some fun stuff, so I'm kind of on the fly. The cherries that I'm using are just frozen organic dark sweet cherries. I don't have fresh cherries, it's not that time of year, so I'm gonna use these, and I'm just gonna give them a quick cut in half. They've been sitting on the counter, so they're still cold, but they're not like solid frozen. And then I'm just going to, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place some pears. Maybe I'll put a pear in each, or, I mean, I'm gonna place some cherries, and maybe I'll put a cherry in each one or two. There we go, look at that. And so lastly, let me just move this out of the way. Okay, so here we go. And the last thing I want to do before I stick it in the oven, I preheated the oven to 375 degrees. And I'm going to also just go ahead and drizzle this all over the top. Whoa, oh, look at that. Now, this could be a dessert. This could even be a breakfast, right? It just is gonna be nice and sweet and delicious. I'm super excited to try all these new flavors. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I go live or post new videos. Please give this a thumbs up. We'd love to have a comment from you, and just tell me, what do you think about this? Have you tried it? What do you like? What do you not like? Maybe you don't like all of these different flavors together. I'd love to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in the oven like this, and I'm gonna set it for 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to check it in the middle, and so let's do that. I'm gonna do 10 minutes. And you basically just wanna make sure that the pears are cooked. They're soft, and that things are kind of bubbly. We'll take a look as we go. So while that's in there, let's make some banana nice cream, and so that we can have that underneath and put these beautiful pears on top. So the first thing that we're gonna need are some frozen bananas, and I've got my food processor over here to help with that. So let me just grab some frozen bananas. I did not take them out ahead of time because I wanted to keep them frozen, but I'm gonna put in maybe 3 bananas. And I have lots of frozen bananas. This is one container that I kind of keep it in. It's a reusable container for the freezer, but I also use Ziploc bags. You can even use Pyrex dishes. You just take your bananas and you peel them. You don't want to freeze them in the skin. And then you just put them in the bag. Now, these are pretty frozen here, so I'm gonna open this. left-handed. I am super duper getting strong because I am a right-handed girl. So let me see if I can, wow, and they are cold, right? Because they were in the freezer. So that's one. And I'm gonna see if I can just pry them apart a little bit. There we go. Usually they come apart with just a little pull, but I didn't take them out at all in advance. See, just like that. And to help it along, I can do this. You don't have to. So 3, I said 3, let's do 4. Woo, trying to heat up my hands. Now you can just blend it up like this, and that's fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of the unsweetened soy milk that I had left over from making my yogurt. If you haven't seen the soy yogurt video, please check it out. I'll link it above, and you could use any plant milk that you want. I just so happen to have some of this, and I'm just gonna do maybe, usually wouldn't even measure it, but let's measure it just so we know, a couple tablespoons at the most. Yeah, 2 tablespoons, a little over. And that's just gonna help give it a little bit of a creaminess. And then I think we will also put in a little bit of the vanilla bean powder. So yay, we do get to open the new one. This is the Gremlin. I'll link it in the description. And you know, the best vanilla bean powder is the one you can afford. So sometimes they change the prices up, and you know, if you're looking for it, you can check these out, but if they seem pricey, check out other ones and do what works best for you. So I'm just gonna do about 1/4 teaspoon of the vanilla bean powder right in there. That's it. Now, what I could have done was added cherries to this, because we have cherries, and that would have given it another flavor, but I don't think so. And so let's just close it up. And blend it up and see how that tastes. So ready? And now it looks kind of crumbly. So I think I'm gonna add, I don't need to, I could just keep letting it go, but I think I'm gonna just put another little bit of the soy milk in here. Oh, oops, let's see. Whoa, there we go. And continue on. Okay, so let's take a peek. I wanna get all the goodies off of the top here. Whoa, well, and I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna take it off and give you a quick glimpse. Look at that. So I just wanna scrape down the sides and maybe give it another whirl. And if you're not familiar with this food processor, this is a Breville, and I really like it. It's a 16 quart. It's got lots of inserts and all kinds of fun things, and just really makes life a little easier. If you don't have one of these, you can use a high-speed blender, and so there are lots of options. So I'm gonna let it go again. And just like that, we have nice cream. Let's check it out. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna unplug it. I'm also gonna check the Pears in a minute. See if they need any more time, but look at this. Oh my goodness. Creamy looking and delicious. Wow. Look. See? No deprivation. I mean, eating like this is a healthy version of ice cream. And all it is fresh fruit, and what you saw us put in here, delicious. So I'm gonna set that aside for a minute, and I'm gonna check on the Pears. Oh my gosh, these are looking so good. There we go, look at that. And I'm just gonna try to somehow get in here and just just put some goodies on top of some of the pears. Now, another thing you could have done, we could have done, is started with the pears facing down. And at this point, turn them over and just kind of see if that helps with the cooking process. But I did it face up, and I think there's no wrong way. I could have covered them. I mean, so anyways, I just wanted to do that, give a quick look. I'm gonna stick them back in the oven for a few more minutes, and I think we're good to go. So the timer is right about to turn off of the oven, and I am ready to plate these and taste them with you. I just want you to know that I think these are probably best used, served immediately, but you don't have to. I'm gonna be having some company. There it goes, it's ready. And in a few hours, I'm gonna be having some company. And so I'm gonna have this ready for then. I can reheat them just a little bit or not. And the ice cream, nice cream, the banana nice cream, can be frozen and rethawed at a later time if you have leftovers or if you're doing it in advance. So let's take this out. Oh yeah, this is definitely done. This looks great. Wow, look at that. Oh, hold on a minute. I should have put this down first, so let's see if I could switch this up. Oh my goodness. All right, look at that. Wow, there's still some liquid. Everything smells delicious. There we go. So it is super hot. And what I'm gonna do is you could take a bowl or anything that, any kind of decorative kind of serving dish like this. Okay, let's show you. Look at that. That looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a nice scoop of this nice cream and put it right in our serving dish. I'm gonna put a couple of those in there. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, that might be overkill. Let's take a little bit out. Okay. And then we're gonna take one of our beautiful pears. Which pear do we pick? I'm gonna just go with probably, remember we had different toppings on them. So this one over here is the cinnamon, and then these have kind of all the stuff. So I think I'll do one of these. And I am just going to, first of all, maybe drain a little bit of that and set it right in there. Look at that. Wow. Okay, and then if you have some extra liquid, the bottom, you can certainly tip it like what I'm doing and do a little drizzle on the top. And another thing you can add if you want are some walnuts. We could do a little bit of crushed walnuts, and you could, I actually could have put that in and cooked them so that they would have been cooked on here. Although I kind of forgot because I got so excited. But if you decided to do walnuts or any kind of nuts, let me just move this. You could just do a small amount and crush them, which I'm gonna do because but actually what I think would be the best is to do it and put it in the oven. So, but that's okay. Walnuts are a superfood. They're good for brain. They've got the great balance of omegas, and a little bit of a toasted would have been really nice, but even raw, I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit on there. And there you go. Look at this. Here we are. You ready? I know I am. So let's try these beautiful pears. Oh my goodness. I might have to set it down. It's starting to squish. Yum. Get a little bit of the walnut. The pears in there. Oh my God. Yes! Score! This rocks, okay? You want something sweet and delicious to serve anybody who's eating any kind of food. This one is great. I am so excited, and I love the hot with the cold and all the different flavors that we have. I really taste the cherry, the vanilla's in here, the bananas. Yum! You have got to try this. And let me know in the comments, who did you serve it to? Did you even share? I mean, it is that good. Simple, easy, delicious. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to eat your greens before or after this delicious treat. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.